Hello, hello, hello. Happy Friday. All right, you guys, good evening because now it is nighttime. And yes, I'm starting the video very late because so you can see that glare in from my eyeglasses. But had a very long day of just resting that was much needed. So I was severely exhausted, extremely fatigued, and I just was sleepy, and my body needed to recuperate from my back-to-back visits I had on yesterday. So it is the evening time. See, it's been a lovely day. The rain, maybe not. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, but you know how the weather goes. It says it might rain, may do that, may not. Such is life. So, hola, hubby. Yeah, so we got home a little while ago, took a nap, and we decided to go and get something to eat. And we stopped and got some. Sorry, I cannot see without my glasses. So if you see the glare, please forgive me. Stopped and got some Burger King. So I'll Friday night dinner for tonight, and we decided to do so. Right now, we're heading to the park. Um, I normally walk at the park, but I really don't have the energy. So sometimes I just sit in the car while hubby gets out and gets his exercise on. And it doesn't bother me because I'm able to sit here and rest and just to get out the house for a few minutes. And it's really our bonding time. It's one of our simple to do past favorites, and we don't mind doing it because we love it. And it's one of the simple pleasures that just makes us happy and joyful, and we look forward to doing it because if we crazy work schedule, it feels so good. And the weather, I mean, like I said, it's being windy and kind of like it's about to rain, but it's feeling so good because yesterday it was very hot, and now that we're officially in May, and June is gonna be right around the corner, and summertime, the weather is gonna be outrageously hot, and just not really looking forward to that crazy hot weather, but that's why you keep the fans on, and you definitely keep the air conditioner on to try to stay cool, and a lot of water to stay hydrated as much as possible to be able to enjoy the cool weather, well, the warm weather without feeling overwhelmed like you're about to pass out. So let's get to eating and talk to you guys in a few minutes. Okay, so we just finished eating, and hubby is out there walking on the track, so he's about to make his way around, but it's gonna be a few minutes. Um, Let me give you guys a update of how my week has been. Also, if you did not see part one of what is that? The so I'm drawing a blank right now. um, the neuro doctor visit. I will have that somewhere up there in the icon at the top. Wednesday passed this week, made a week since I seen my neurologist on last Wednesday. Um, I was supposed to come in and make a part two. I don't know if I said everything that I was supposed to say. I don't really recall where I left off at. We had discussed the different medications. Right now, I'm on a once daily pill. We talked about another medication called Tasabri, which is a every 28 day, once a month infusion, say every 4 weeks. And he said that I can, if this medication that I'm on does not work, or after a while my body just becomes immune to it, then we can move on to try that. Which he said I am a good candidate for it because he tested me for the JCV virus, something called the John Cunningham virus. And when you have that, it makes it harder for you to take the medication because your body would be more susceptible to reactions. But he retested me again, so when my blood work has come back, if we needed to switch to that within the next month or so, I would be good to go to take it. So that's good news for me. Um, we talked about the blood and everything. Good news to share. I have stopped bleeding. Thank you, Lord, for that. I have stopped bleeding. It's been about 2 days, well, 3 days now, since I've stopped bleeding. It's been about 3 days since that. On yesterday, I went to my hematologist doctor visit. I'm gonna get back to that. But I'm trying to think what else did I leave off of not sharing about the neuro doctor visit. I mean, we discussed everything, and we talked about the blood, we talked about the brand new medication, um, the birth control, no longer to take that, don't have to take it again, which I was already had it set in my mind that I was not going to do it, and discussed with my husband. He was like, "No, we're not going through this again. This is too scary, and we almost lost you, and we're not doing that. We're not going to take that risk." Um, really, guys, I'm drawing a blank. I'm so sorry. I really think that's about it. If I do remember, then I'll make another video when I come back and do another video in another couple days. And whatever come back to my mind, my mind will be refreshed and a little bit better, and I'll be able to come back and see what I missed. But moving on to the neuro doctor visit, the hematologist doctor visit, you guys. That was on yesterday, Thursday, as today is being Friday. Oh, I am so sorry, you guys. Like I always say, if you did not have a great day, if things have not gone well for you, as I hope that they have, that you've had a great day this past week, and now that it's Friday, and the weekend is here, and having your plans or whatever things that you're looking forward to, and amped up and excited about that. If you did not have a great day, or a great evening, or a great week, guess what? There's always a bigger, brighter, better day on the horizon just for you on tomorrow. So, as on yesterday, I finally seen the um, hematologist again. I would not say it was anything promising. I can honestly say that the same expectations that they let me down on the last visit is the same disgust that I feel this same time around, because I was hoping, even though I'm grateful, extremely grateful, that the bleeding has stopped. My neuro and my OBGYN said, she did believe that the medication would help. And my neuro even said that if the medication did help or did not, I would be a beneficial candidate for an iron infusion versus a blood transfusion because of the amount of blood that I lost. They didn't think it was anything that outrageous or crazy, where about the hematologist doctors, where they would have thought that I would have needed something. So they said they were going to monitor it. So from last time, from our visit to yesterday when I went, it's the same thing. They're like, okay, great, great, great. The bleeding has stopped. So they kind of look at it like, well, you're out of the woods. Not exactly. Because even if the bleeding has stopped, I told them, I said, you've seen in my test results from you um, getting my blood work, and I've lost blood. It's not like I've had sprinkles here and there, and I'm not trying to be graphic or funny, but this is the reality of what I dealt with. And my husband, my parents can testify to this here because they was with me through this whole situation. I mean, you know, we be connected as a family and talking about it, how scared they was, and worrying about losing me, and if we had to go to the emergency room, everything that just involved that, those long 3 months of being intimidated by this here was just horribly, outrageously crazy. Hubby's back in the car now, so we get ready to head home. Um, it was just outrageously crazy, and so with the outrageous amount that I've lost, I mean, bleeding all day, 24 hours, nonstop for 3 months. I mean, that right there to just answer any doubts or questions that anybody may have. It was just outrageous. And for you guys to be hematologist doctors, I know you have the medical degree and you have the PhDs behind your name, but as they said, their words, not mine. This is so dangerous. This is so outrageously nuts for you to bleed as you have been. He said you could have bled to death. And at that time, I was still bleeding, and saying, okay, if you keep bleeding at this amount that you're doing, go to the emergency room because you could bleed to death. I already had that fear already in my mind. I don't need you to remind me of that. But okay, so since you know all of these things that are presented in front of you about what I'm dealing with, you have every opportunity in your hands to help me. Why didn't you? And my husband was so upset with them. He kept his cool, but he was just asking them, okay, well, why are you not doing, just asking them back to back questions. And they just came with the same thing. Like, okay, well, she haven't had iron infusion since November. Exactly. November at that time it was April. So I haven't had an infusion since then. Now it's May. You're saying that it's not to the outrageous degree where I need to have it. It's low enough, but it's like an abnormal, low normal, what they call it, not like in a dangerous fluctuation where it'll be, yeah, okay, where it'll be something that they want to help me out with. They're like, well, it's still stored in your system, so it's not in a dire degree. And it was so disheartening and so of a broken piece inside of me to hear that. Like, you guys are literally playing games with my life, like literally. And to have every opportunity to help me, and you just blow it off like, well, we'll keep an eye on it, and we'll see you next month. It's like I'm really wasting my time coming over here. It's just really, yeah, it's just really emotional and frustrating of wasting my time with you guys, just telling me that mom has stopped everything to assist and take care of me, which I am so grateful for her in so many ways. And the Mother's Day around the corner. I don't need to wait till Christmas or a holiday to show my love and appreciation for her. Just every day that she's alive and we in each other's company is a blessing, and I appreciate it. I don't want to start crying because it hits. And like I said, always remember that you're bold, that you're strong, that you're a winner, that you're a warrior. Never give up, never surrender. You're better coming out of the storm than you are when you're in the storm. This has been Jubilation Joy. Much love and peace to you guys. And I will talk to you guys on next week. And also, happy Cinco de Mayo to you guys that celebrate it. And I will see you guys on next week. Bye.